You're tuned in to the Foxboro BeatCast, a podcast for Patriots fans by Patriots fans. And here are your hosts, is Kaleb McChesney and Ryan Moore.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Foxboro BeatCast. I'm your host, Kaleb McChesney. Alongside me, as usual, my co-host, Ryan Moore. Ryan, how are you on this Therapy Tuesday?
Is it really a Therapy Tuesday?
It's not as high spirited as last week's win.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I'm still feeling good, and the Patriots have given me reason to have, despite the loss, some optimism moving forward.
I mean, is it? Here's the thing: are we really supposed to be impressed by this win, or are we just not used to like what a football team is actually supposed to look like? After 2.5 years of whatever we dealt with in the latter years.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we know what they are at this point. We're not a good team. Like I said, just give me something to watch that's not like making me want to like crack open the nearest like bottle of booze I have. And from what I've seen so far for like through the first 2 weeks, it's been competitive football. So
nope.
yeah,
the Patriots were in prime position to take over and win that game. They had the game in hand, and
they blew it.
They let it slip away, but they had the game in hand, which was more than what they would have done last year.
Well, listen, last year Seattle would have stomped a mud hole in their ass. Like Mike McDonald's defense against Mac Jones. Holy shit! Yeah, no thanks. Oh. We have a little Patriots news from Mike Reese.
Already? We just started.
Jalen Reagor has been cut from the practice squad.
You had to catch that coming after he posted that stupid meme about how he's the Bugatti in the trailer park.
Yeah. Buddy, did you see who you were drafted before? Shut the fuck up. Please.
Jalen Reagor officially released from the New England Patriots. That's breaking news. Brought to you by Swedish Fish.
It's Celsius. Drink one.
Yes, the Tropical Vibe Celsius is bringing you the breaking news that Jalen Reagor is no longer a Patriot. But we have stuff to go over. We have the 26-20 or 23-20, right? 23-20 loss.
Yeah, 23-20.
Overtime loss. We have some injuries to go over, some bad news. NFL stuff we'll go over, and we'll preview the Jets on Thursday night. That's why we're recording on Tuesday. At least that's what I'm going to tell you. All right. Let's start off with the game. Patriots were firmly in control going into half. They were up 17-13, and they just kind of let it slip away. There were 32 passing yards in the second half. Blown coverages. The team kind of reeled after we lost Juwan Bentley for the game and for the season. All in the same play. Kyle Duggar got thrown on the green dot. He had the duties of play calling, and the second he did, DK Metcalf absolutely blows through the defense on that broken coverage. Penalties on defense. Marco Wilson, another bad DPI call. Why are we watching him? And Jacoby Brissett simply didn't have enough time to get the ball downfield, and that's starting to piss off some of the receivers. So there's a lot to unpack here, Ryan. I'll let you pick out the first item from the mystery box that is this Patriots overtime loss.
I mean, if I have to make a key takeaway from it, it's that.
Make a few key takeaways.
Okay. Honestly, I've had enough of watching Jacoby Brissett, but I also understand that you cannot throw Drake May into this situation, no matter how pissy the receivers could get. They just are so weird offensively, man. And Brissett is not helping matters at all.
So you don't think Brissett was even okay yesterday or Sunday?
No, he's not pushing the ball down the field, man. Like Polk is
I
separating
can
at
tell
such a
you
high
why he's
level.
not pushing the ball down the field.
The O-line, yeah.
He's pressured under 75 over 75%
Well,
of his
I
dropbacks
agree.
this week.
I agree.
It's not his
But
fault.
there also needs to be a point in time where you do have to take a shot. Like I know he's playing safe football. I
No,
get it.
I'm telling you that he physically cannot push the ball down the field when he's
With
not
defenders
getting
in the
enough
face,
time to let
yeah.
these receivers' routes develop. I mean, the second Jalen
Oh,
Polk is starting to get open against man coverage, he's getting hit.
yeah.
Like
And
there's
so
simply
it's
not enough
tough.
time to push this ball downfield. I don't think this is a Brissett thing.
It is and isn't, but I mean, I don't think he's helping matters. That's my issue. Like, okay, I'm not gonna spoil it, but like one of my studs had a lot of volume that I think on a normal basis probably shouldn't have had a lot of volume. Or like he's more of a complementary option than a volume guy. Um and I don't see the offense at this current stage doing anything because of the O line and then because of Jacoby Brissett. And so throwing Drake, there's a lot of calls for Drake May, and I agree, but at the same time, it's just this offense fucking sucks, man.
Listen, I'm actually at a hard disagree with you on the Jacoby Brissett thing. I think Jacoby is doing pretty much everything we expected him to do, and if we ask, and we literally can't ask him to do more. There's nothing else Jacoby Brissett could be doing. He's on the run on every drop back. He doesn't have the time to see Jalen Polk finish his route, to see Tyquan Thornton finish his route. Like there's physically maybe one or two plays
Okay,
that Drake May is going to make that Jacoby Brissett isn't. Like they're going to be dealing with the
then
same
the conversation
circumstances.
should shift then to the coaches need to start, drawing things up better.
How do you
If
mean?
that's what it's gonna be. So
How
if
do you
you're
mean?
I mean, you gotta like force touches into these guys, like your playmakers' hands. You can't just have I fuck it, I'll just spoil on my studs. You can't have Hunter Henry, who I love, be the volume guy and the only guy that can move chains. You gotta have you
No,
gotta have an
I think the way
offense.
they used Demario Douglas yesterday or Sunday was inexcusable. Like that is
Yeah,
the most explosive
that's
guy
what I
you
mean.
have.
You gotta put the ball in his hands. Um,
I just don't think that sending them deep is the way to go because when we try to do that, it's just physically not possible. Like
yeah.
there's no time to let these deep routes go.
No, I mean, I get what you're saying with Jacoby. It's just like
Drake
there
May
does need to be
isn't gonna
there
have
needs to
anything
be
to
a
do.
point where I would like to see him get more aggressive, and I'd like to see the coaches as well get with him and say, you know what, we're hamstrung that by this. Yeah, absolutely. The O line fucking sucks. They need a Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, someone in the draft, man. Um, but you know your limitations. You got to work together, and I do think Jacoby will get to a point, and he's already kind of got to a point where
He's getting hurt.
he's gonna play passive. But he's gonna play. He's playing hurt. Like fuck, man. Like you can tell he's laboring, but he's gonna play more and more passive as time goes on, and it's just like no, like I know we're supposed to suck, but you're supposed to win games too. You can't just play safe, game manager, not put your nuts on the line for a couple throws. I'm not expecting every throw to be like this isn't Madden, we're not the greatest show on turf Rams. Just like make a couple throws, step up. If you have just even like a half second, just get it to the guys. I'm sorry, like this is the NFL. I know you're hamstrung by your limitations, but still, it's a competitive league, man. Like you gotta put your nuts on the line sometimes. That's all. That's all. That's all I want to see from Jacoby, and it's very frustrating to see a very passive Jacoby. I see what you're saying, but like, I mean, he's been hamstrung before by poor situations, and he's
I don't know if
made
he's ever
better
had an
out of it.
O-line as bad as this one.
No, but I mean,
Or receiver core as underdeveloped as this one. I mean, when we look at his 2022 with Cleveland, he's throwing to Amari Cooper. He's got
yeah,
a pretty good offensive line.
yeah. I mean, you could look at maybe Indy when Luck went down. Like,
That 1 year, yeah.
yeah, that wasn't
But
a
he was still throwing
great.
to Ty.
Yeah, but that was Ty kind of like with like one hamstring on his, like one functioning hamstring.
Who else was on that Colts team? No, the 2019 Indianapolis Colts. Where's Trent when you need him?
Like, do I need to pull up Dante Moncrief? Shout was even on that team at that point, or
Oh,
was he
Dante Moncrief.
or was he a Steeler by then? I don't even know.
The wide receivers on the 2019 Indianapolis Colts were Paris Campbell, didn't turn out to be anything. Zach Pascal, ew. Chester Rogers, ew. T.Y. Hilton, who had 500 yards that year. Zach Pascal actually had 600 yards that year. It's not bad.
Yeah, that team was not good.
Like, Marcus Johnson. I'll tell you what, though. I'll take those receivers. I'll take most of those receivers over, like, 2019 Zach Pascal. I'll take him over, Tyquan Thornton.
I mean, yeah. That's because
I'll take a 22-year-old Paris Campbell on a redo over, who else are we throwing out there? Jalen Reagor.
Yeah. Well, Rager just got sent to the gallows. I mean,
shout out to Jalen Polk on his first career touchdown.
Yeah. Well, listen, and here's the concerning thing. They put I saw like there's a separation chart for rookies, right?
No, he's
Jalen Polk's like Jalen Polk is the highest, I'm pretty sure, at like 32%. He's getting open. You got to find a way. Like Van Pelt and Jacoby got to find a way to get this guy the ball. You have to. You just have to. Like I truly believe when May comes in, that Polk is gonna pop off whenever that is. But for now, he's kind of just stuck, getting cardio in. Like,
no, my only point was that this isn't a Jacoby Brissett problem. It's an offensive. It's a pass protection.
I mean, I get your point. Like, we disagree, but I get your point. Like, I don't like.
I mean, how many plays do you think Jacoby Brissett gave up? Do you have any examples of things that he gave up that were on him? Because every time I saw Jacoby Brissett, he's like rolling out of the pocket. There's a breakdown on every drop back he has. He's getting killed. Like, there's just simply not enough time for the receivers to get 10 to 15 yards down the field. This isn't like Jacoby Brissett just ignoring the deep ball for the short stuff. It's like he's forced to bail out and he can't. He's not Patrick Mahomes, He's not throwing that ball in Super Bowl. What was it? Super Bowl against Tampa, 55, where he's just able to throw it sideways and just launch it 40 yards. Like, this is Jacoby Brissett
ball
here.
That should have been intercepted by Devin White.
And Drake May isn't going to exactly do that either his rookie year. I don't think Jacoby Brissett is giving up anything that Drake May would do different. I think maybe Drake May gives you 2 more seconds, but the outcome is still going to be incompletion, high risk interception, or a dump or a check down.
I'll have to probably rewatch it. Maybe I'll come to the same conclusion you are off a rewatch. Granted,
I get the impatience for wanting to see a more dynamic quarterback out there. I do understand. We drafted the guy number 3 overall. He's your future of the franchise, and Jacoby Brissett, as much as I'm giving him a lot of credit, and I'm giving him he's done an okay job. Sure, I would want a better quarterback out there, but
okay.
I don't think Drake May is going to be this lightning in a bottle immediately.
I should have reworded it a bit better at the start. I'm not gonna do a 180, but I'll say this: I like what they're doing with Drake May because I think, and it took me. We're going to talk about the NFL segment, but you look at what's going on in Carolina. Ain't pretty. You look at what's going on with Caleb Williams in Chicago right now.
God.
Ain't pretty.
Ugh. And he has all the weapons in the world.
Yeah, but a dog shit O-line. Like I just got done listening to a podcast like an hour ago. That's like hosted by a Bears fan, and he's like, their interior offensive line is incomprehensibly bad in Chicago. Like you're giving up pressures basically damn near every play, so it's forcing Caleb Williams to press. And so I would see the same thing from Drake. We would probably see the same thing with Drake May. It's just I do think it will get tiresome watching Jacoby, and that's my thing. Like I'm kind of
Sounds like
tired of
it.
What's up?
Sounds like you're already tired of it after 2 weeks.
I am tired. I am to like an extent
Low
tired
tolerance
of it,
for losing, you Patriots fans.
yeah.
You
Well,
start
listen,
out
I got
1-0 and
spoiled by rookie Mac Jones. Forget the other eras of Patriots football. Rookie Mac Jones spoiled.
So I had to. So you missed this whole discourse in a group chat that we're both in. I paid attention.
Hold on. Can I make one last point real quick?
Go ahead.
And someone elegantly put it about just developing, because I saw, yes, my obligatory Tom Brady reference here. Let's go. When Brady talked to Stephen A. Smith about it, he's like, when I went to Michigan, we had a program. You develop the guy. You come to the NFL. I sat my rookie year. You look at like Patrick Mahomes, for example. He sat his rookie
16
year.
games before he saw his first start. Yeah.
Yeah. They got developed. Yeah, you could have, and I saw someone in the quotes of the video, because they brought up the Tom Brady video and referenced to Bryce Young. You could have your food. How do you want your food normally cooked? Do you want it cooked in the microwave? It's quick. It's instant. It may not be great, but it could be great, but it's quick and instant. Or do you want it cooked on the stovetop? Sometimes there's shitty meals cooked on the stovetop, sure. But for the most part, you're getting a good home-cooked meal. And that's the way that's the way you should view quarterback development with Drake May right now. Is he's going to be the home-cooked meal that, like, everyone's going to die for. Your CJ Strouds are rare. The microwaves are rare, man. Like that, like they end up becoming great meals. And so, as tired as I am of Jacoby, keep starting him until, either he gets hurt and cannot physically play, or, it's very clear that Drake May is ready to take the throne. That's why I 180'd it a little.
I think my biggest issue with, because a lot of people who are saying that they're sick of Jacoby Brissett are people who think that if we put Drake May in right now, we're like all of a sudden competing for a wild card berth.
Oh, like, no chance. No.
There are Patriots fans who think this team is good enough to like compete for a playoff spot if we just made the quarterback switch right now.
I think Drake May is good enough to get you like the 12th or 13th pick right now.
So like 6 wins instead of 5.
Yeah, 6 to 7. Like his WAR currently is win above replacement for like in comparison to Jacoby Brissett. It's probably like 1 or maybe 2. He's worth 1 or 2 more wins to the team, but that's still not like.
I don't even think it's that. But as long as we are on the same page, that this is by no means a team that should be competing for a playoff spot in 2024.
No, and this is what we expected. I expect a top 10 pick, quite frankly. But I want a competitive top 10 pick.
As getting back to this story that I was telling you in this group chat, this guy was like saying that the Patriots are leaving wins out on the table by starting Jacoby Brissett every single week. And like if we benched him, we would be winning like a lot more games. I'm like, what are you talking about? This offensive line blows. The receivers are so unbelievably raw. Some of them are just not NFL players. And the defense, as much as it's good, it tends to falter near the end of the year, and it has the last 3 years. Maybe this year is different.
I think there's too much stress on them, and that's why they falter.
No, it's true. But a rookie Drake May isn't alleviating all that.
No, I agree. Like I said, probably 1 or 2 wins extra. Like he would probably steal you a game or 2.
I think
But
if Drake May was ready to play, he'd be in there.
one, this is what I wonder
Like
because
I
you hear
really don't think
inconsistency.
that Wolf and Mayo are like benching him out of fear that he's just gonna suck and gonna have to hear the end of it. Like they won't hear the end of it. I think he's genuinely just they're working through a process of getting him ready to play. I don't think he's ready yet, and I think Mayo and Wolf are. I genuinely believe in their efforts to bring him along, and if he was ready to play, he would play.
No, I agree with that. Like I said, I 180'd it I like 180'd it to an extent for a reason, and that I don't want to really watch Brissett play, but it's a necessary evil this year.
And listen, I'll happily sit in my chair and say I'm pretty happy with what Jacoby's done so far.
And that's fair.
There are other bridge quarterbacks who would lose you that game in Cincinnati, and there are other bridge quarterbacks who that Seattle game wouldn't have been close.
Oh, there's worse for sure, but it's uninspiring at the same time.
All right, let's get to 3 studs and 3 duds. Did I kick it off last week with the studs, or did you?
Shit, dude, I actually can't remember right now.
I only have 2 studs anyway, and you kind of took one. Hunter Henry was one of mine, just like a career game for him. First time over 100 yards.
Oh, yeah.
He converted so many third downs. He was such a great, dependable safety blanket option for Jacoby Brissett when things fell apart. I'm glad to see him back involved after kind of a quiet week 1 after the injuries and all that. I get what you're saying that he's not a volume guy. He shouldn't be your number 1 target, but I still think he's your best. He's your most reliable weapon out there. Like, as much as I love Pop Douglas, he's not the most reliable guy yet. He's need to show that to me a little bit. I'm very happy with what Hunter Henry did. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like, he was really impressive. He kind of had some Kelsey-ish type, like, just getting wide open where he's just like, oh, look, it's Hunter Henry again. It's Hunter Henry again. It's Hunter Henry again. Holy shit.
That first quarter was insane. Like, every third down, he was there.
He's a super reliable chain mover. That's what he should be, by the way. That's in a perfect role for your Hunter Henry, he should be your chain mover because he's damn good at it.
My other stud was Keon White. He's still
damn. Okay, we had the same 2 studs.
He's still your best pass rusher. He's accounted for 30% of your quarterback hurries, your pressures. He's the best guy you got on that defense right now. And then my other one, I guess, just throwing one out there is Marcus Jones. I thought he performed really well. Great tackler for a guy of his size. I think he had 1 solid punt return that I can remember. I think it was in the second quarter.
Yeah, it was like 15, 20 yards or something like that.
Do you have any other players that we should throw out there as having good games?
Okay. This is one where people, because of the long touchdown, thought it was on him. It was on Kyle Duggar. I'm continuing to push the Christian Gonzalez agenda, man. Holy shit.
This is probably his worst game as a pro, but it still wasn't bad.
I want to say his individual coverage stats on DK Metcalf are elite. It's just
what was it on Jackson Smith and Jigba, because he tore us up.
I think JSN was kind of tearing up John Jones and Marcus Jones. Like,
oh boy.
Marco Wilson. DeMarco Wilson just
should be cut.
Not it. He's not it, man.
Should be cut, absolutely.
If I had to go with a dud, though, I mean, like, you want to do duds now? Like,
sure. Yes. Let's rip Marco Wilson while we're at it.
Marco Wilson, go get your CDL, man. Like, learn how to drive trucks.
Smith and Marcus Jones had a pretty good coverage grade against Jackson Smith and Jigba. So did John Jones. Who was JSN really tearing up?
It might have been, you know what? I did see he was kind of lighting up like the linebackers, and so they're slotting
Oh,
him.
it was Marco Wilson. He only covered him one time, and it was a
catch.
16-yard catch. He got 8 catches. He got 8 targets and 5 catches off of Marcus Jones.
Yeah.
But Gonzo didn't cover him once.
Yeah, because Gonzo's more like the outside eraser. He's not meant to. I mean, he could probably do it, but like,
Let's look at
JSN's a slot
Gonzo.
guy. Like,
Gonzo covered DK for 7 targets. He got 4 passes for 27 yards. They didn't even put the touchdown on him. They put the touchdown on Duggar, and I think that's the
it was Duggar's fault too.
I think that is the appropriate call because Duggar, I'll put him down as my dud. He was not great at communicating the defensive coverages yesterday, and that long touchdown to DK was kind of the synopsis of that.
Yeah, I'm not impressed with Duggar.
But it's a bad game. And like, listen, it's gotta be hard to like all of a sudden this responsibility is on your plate in the middle of the game.
I do think after like hopefully, I mean it's a shorter week, but like hopefully him and Covington and Mayo all come together and say like this is your responsibility now.
I
like
did see that he has
done.
duties coming into next week or this week against the Jets.
Yeah, so you gotta we gotta have a cohesive type of communication plan for this coming game because the Jets offense is pretty solid unit. I'll say that. If I had to go with some duds though, the coaching.
Can you be a little more specific?
The way they managed the fourth quarter, the play calling on offense,
letting them get the field goal before the end of the half. That was bad.
Yeah. I thought, you know what? Like, we look at it like Gibson breaking off that huge run should have been the nail in the coffin. Then, the field goal gets blocked.
You had the lead with 6 minutes left.
You should have won that game. Like, they blew it. And like I said, with Van Pelt, they were pretty passive. Like, and they're neglecting their playmakers to an extent. Like you gotta scheme up ways to get the ball.
Yeah, I don't need Hunter Henry on a screen. Like let that be Pop Douglas on that screen.
Yeah. Like find a way to get like Jalen Polk underneath, or like Pop Douglas underneath, or
it's unfortunate.
Like Tyquan's got 4-2 speed, man. Like get Tyquan underneath. Like
no. If you put Tyquan underneath, he's dying. Like he's getting lit up by a linebacker. He's turning into
whatever. I hate to sound like Ivan Drago at this fucking point, but if he dies, he dies. Like you're in the NFL, man. I'm sorry.
I love when they're like, "Oh yeah, he bulked up this offseason." It's like the meme of Alex Jones before the before the pills, after the pills.
Like, come on, man. Just come on. Gotta find a way to get the ball in these guys' hands. I know Ramondre is going to be the focal point of our offense. I know Hunter Henry is going to be the guy you look to move the chains with, but you need quick hitter. If your line's going to suck, you need quick hitters to your best playmakers. They're not doing that. They're just not.
Pass protection is my dud. Again, Greg Bedard said as much as we want to rip him for the whole Gronk take, I trust him watching the All-22 film. I do. He's got a better football brain than I ever will when it comes to watching this All-22 and diagnosing things in game. Maybe his long-term projections aren't great, but he said Brissett was he said 75% of Brissett's dropbacks ended in a pocket breakdown. That's not okay at all. PFF has Brissett under pressure 43% of the time. Not great at all. But Brissett, apparently his adjusted completion percentage was 100% under pressure. So shout out to him. Yeah, that's not okay. This pass protection sucks. It's so bad.
Can I give a dud out to a player that I would normally say is a stud caliber guy? Michael Onwenu.
Did Michael Onwenu have a bad day?
He did not. Apparently, he had a really shitty game, from what I heard.
Let's see. Let's see what I can find here. Stand by. View and premium stats. What is up with a big Mike? Oh, yeah. His pass blocking grade was 37.9. Yeah,
Not
that's
good.
not okay.
Boye Mafe is a fucking problem, man.
Caden Wallace had one pass blocking snap and he did okay at left tackle. 11 snaps at left tackle.
Caden Wallace doesn't seem all that bad, man. Like,
if Vidarian Lowe, I don't know what we found out about his injury status. You got to assume that if Vidarian Lowe misses this week, Caden Wallace is going to slide right in there.
yeah, hopefully.
Which I'm honestly, let's see it. Let's see it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. And you know what? The Jets, I mean, they just lost one of their best pass rushers, too. So, see it. Love to see Caden Wallace get some action. Do we got any other duds? I mean,
the
secondary was
want to
kind
talk about how
of
Marco Wilson should be like shipped off to
Montreal.
the CFL.
I mean, I was gonna say get your CDL, but like, yeah, you go to CFL instead.
9 pass coverage snaps. And you got a 35.9 grade.
Bad.
I kind of want to give a yellow flag out to somebody. I kind of want to give a penalty. Didn't have necessarily a bad game, but Jabril Peppers, can you stop jumping around and like thinking you're Superman and just jumping on the pile and doing weird things? Like, enough. Let's not see you get hurt, please.
He's already playing hurt. Let's be real here.
Okay, well, I don't need the flippy crap. Okay, this isn't the WWE. Don't need the extra stuff. So yeah, that's your Patriots Seahawks. To kind of recap, they lose 23-20 in overtime. 32 passing yards in the second half. It's not enough. That's never going to be enough. That was very 2022 New England Patriots of them.
Yeah.
But an improvement from 2023 because at least they passed in the second half.
Yeah. Not good. Not good.
All right. All that in mind, let's go into the Jets deep dive. The Jets on Thursday Night Football. We're going to the Meadowlands. Aaron Rodgers just picked up his first win as a Green Bay Packer. They beat the Titans 24-17, I believe was the final over there. Will Levis looks like absolute piss. Like, good Lord.
He is like...
He's like... Uh-oh. Say that again, Ryan? We missed you the last 5 seconds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's kind of like the new Jay Cutler.
Dude, he doesn't have half the talent Jay Cutler does.
Well, I was more so in the sense of like he either, he's very much a fuck it, he down there type of guy, and also he makes some of the most profoundly stupid plays you'll ever see.
Dude, his coach had no shame in ripping him on the sideline and in the press conference. I think he ripped him again today.
Yeah, he's like, you need to be, he's an adult. Like, you need to be better.
He does play a little selfishly, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like, plays like an idiot on Madden does. I am that idiot, by the way.
Titans depth chart. Their backup is Mason Rudolph. Oh, boy.
They're in it for a quarterback, man. Let's be real.
Could Will Levis be the second 2023 quarterback to the second year quarterback to get benched this week?
Maybe.
But
Rudolph's
the New York Jets,
okay,
the Jets have an insanely talented team. They have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in Aaron Rodgers. As much as he might be on the decline, we'll get to that in a little bit. He might be an
insufferable douchebag.
He's still somebody to be messed with. I actually have the Ian O'Connor book on him that I haven't quite gotten to open read yet. I hear it's very good. This isn't like an Aaron Rodgers puff piece. Like this guy, Ian O'Connor, he's written stories on Belichick, Tiger Woods. Not afraid to get into the nitty gritty about these guys. I'm really looking forward to breaking this bad boy open at some point. Neither here nor there. I just wanted to show off that I'm a reader. A sport. I read about sports anyway. Sports and celebrities. Yeah, and then Tyron Smith, the left tackle, who might not play. Did I read that right? Is Tyron Smith having issues?
There's some players on the Jets that might not play. Like Mosley as well.
Yeah, CJ Mosley had an injury last week.
Yeah, there's some guys that might just not play for the Jets, so we'll see.
We'll see for sure. I'll pull up their depth chart while I let you kind of go nuts. Garrett Wilson, fantastic player. Breece Hall, fantastic player. Braylon Allen, fantastic player. Like, there are Sauce Gardner on the defense. As much as all of his highlights are pass interferences that don't get called, like Sauce Gardner is still a very good player. Quinnen Williams, he was one of our draft crushes back in 2018, 2017?
It was 2019.
2019. We loved him coming out of college. Well,
yeah.
All right. I'll let you go nuts and I'll pull up that depth chart. Tell us what you know about the Jets and what you think, where we can beat them. You know the drill.
Okay. Where I think you can beat them is you got to get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. He's still not trusting his feet post Achilles. The Jets' offensive line is not that great. And while I think Garrett Wilson is an incredible football player, while I think Breece Hall is an incredible football player, dude, the rest of their offense is kind of uninspiring, honestly. Like Mike Williams, I mean, this isn't really peak Mike Williams. He's coming off a billion injuries. You look at their tight end Tyler Conklin, he's all right. Alan Lazard,
solid number 2-3 receiver.
He's a 3, I would say. Rodgers trusts him. The one thing I will say about the receiving room is, Williams and Lazard are absolute trees out there, man. There's some redwood trees, man. It's Lazard's 6'5", Mike Williams 6'4". Might cause problems with the Patriots cornerbacks. It would be really nice if they would actually use Alex Austin. Because I think Austin's probably much better than Marco Wilson. I think Austin would, he's a big body. He's 6 foot, 6'1" in the spot. But yeah, as far as everything goes, it's Williams and Lazard are not inspiring despite their height. Breece Hall's elite. He might cause problems. Their O-line's trash, but no Jawan Bentley for this game is going to be a nightmare. So you got to look at
Jawan Bentley for this season is going to be a nightmare.
I know. Raekwon McMillan, you are now accidentally important at work after sitting on the IR for the past.
Hey, we're big Raekwon McMillan guys over here.
Yeah, I like Raekwon. It's going to be a challenge for him. Where I do think the game will be won is the battle between Garrett Wilson and Christian Gonzalez on the offensive side of things.
You don't trust the receivers that Rodgers has outside of Wilson?
What's up?
You don't trust the receivers outside of Wilson?
Not really, no. Mike Williams can be great, but Mike Williams is also coming off multiple he's had a litany of leg injuries. What'd you say?
I haven't heard his name at all.
I think I heard it twice when I rewatched when I watched the Jets Titans.
And he had a 19-yard catch against the Titans, and that's his only catch of the year.
Jeez. And Lazard's all right.
People are like, this was an important catch. I'm watching this play right now. Rodgers drops back, he flicks it up. That was a pretty good catch. It was a first down in the fourth quarter, 2nd and 16.
But Mike Williams he'll make a couple big catches.
Dude,
but
Rodgers,
physically,
his arm is still there. His arm is still there.
But the footwork's not there, and the pocket presence is abysmal. Like the pocket, not the pocket like the pocket that he's gonna get are gonna be abysmal because the Jets O-line just stinks.
Our pass rush hasn't been awesome either. Like,
no, I mean Keon, it's got to be like
that's a
Keon
key
White being
matchup too.
Batman.
Our pass rush versus their O line.
Yeah. Here's another thing I find interesting with the Jets. Their offensive coordinator, the one and only Nathaniel Hackett,
bum,
one of the worst head coaches I have ever seen in my life. Like,
awful.
You can take advantage of this guy if you're DeMarcus Covington. This is a big rebound week. You know,
Geno Smith just torched you for 75% of his passes were completions. Jackson Smith and Jigba tore you up for 12. It is a good bounce back.
Up. Yeah. So hopefully you cook something up there. As far as the defense goes for the Jets versus our offense, listen, Sauce is gonna erase whoever they have against him. Jalen Polk's been really if Jalen Polk, really stands out here, like at least in separation wise, because let's be real, he's not getting a whole lot of targets. Then I'm gonna be really optimistic because I think they're gonna stick Sauce on Jalen Polk. This is DJ Reed might not play. That's gonna be big for the Jets if he does not play. You need to take advantage of that, whether it be with Osborne or hopefully Pop Douglas, where I really think you can win the game though offensively is their run defense is not good. The Jets give up a lot of they get gashed, man. They get gashed in the running game. Lots of open holes. Tony Pollard was smoking them. Jordan Mason was smoking them. They're likely not gonna have CJ Mosley. I mean, he's a 50-50, but he'll be playing really hurt if he does. They just lost Jermaine Johnson for the year. Will McDonald, who I think is a dynamo off the edge as a pass rusher, he is not a guy you want stopping the run. Michael Clemens, he's decent, but nothing world breaking. Javon Kinlaw, he's not the best run stopper in the world. Solomon Thomas, kind of just He's
Mm-hmm.
Quincy Williams, really good. His brother Quinnen, elite. But these guys, they can be had in the run game, man. They're not gonna, Ramondre, this is another big week for him. If he can pop off like that, I think he could take the game. Dominate time of possession. Just make the right throws when you can. They can be had. Because, they offer not a whole lot of resistance. If it wasn't for the fact that Levis was pissing and shitting all over himself, Tennessee would have probably, just run the ball out on them, and win the game. Truthfully, the Jets were not all that impressive beating the Titans.
No, and I think we're a better team than the Titans are.
I agree. So this game can be had. This is another game where I do genuinely believe there is a puncher's chance.
I have the injury report in front of me if you want it.
All right, so let's hear. Is this for the Jets, right?
Yep, this is for the Jets. I have ours too.
All right.
But this is Mondays. Tuesdays hasn't come out yet from what I can see. I'll keep my eye on it. But did not participate on Monday. Linebackers Jermaine Johnson and CJ Mosley. What'd you say?
Well, Jermaine Johnson's out for the year, so it'd be Bentley. Same story.
Got it. And then Mosley.
He tore his Achilles.
Mosley with the toe. We don't know why. I know that he got hurt last week. Limited participation. Michael Carter with an ankle, the corner. DJ Reed with a knee, and Tyron Smith. He had a veteran rest day, so he's going to be fine. It seems like. And then ours, a couple of important DNPs. David Andrews with a hip, Vidarian Lowe with a knee, and Sidney Sow with an ankle. O'Shane Zimenez with a knee, Juwan Bentley's listed, but we know he's out for the year. Anthony Jennings was limited. Marcus Jones was limited. Michael Onwenu was limited. Jabril Peppers was limited. Landon Robinson was limited, and Dedrick Wise was limited. So
I do wonder. I think a lot of
Sidney
the
Sal
limited
is going to be huge if we can get him back this week. David Andrews, I'm going to guess he's going to be fine.
Yeah, that to me reeks of like what they're kind of doing with Tyron there. With
But
the Jets,
Darian
just
Lowe
like
and Sidney Sal are the two names that I'm watching.
yeah,
Zimenez isn't playing much.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of the guys that are limited, like they're gonna probably play. It's a short week, so they're not gonna ramp up everything. As for the guys that are out, I think they're true 50-50s, all of them, except for Andrews. Andrews, I think, is just a veteran rest day. So we'll see. But yeah, if with the Jets, just getting back to them, if they're without Reed and Carter, man, that secondary is a sauce. Like
You can have that can be had.
You can have it. You can have it. Like I said, scheme up your playmakers. Scheme up your playmakers and run the ball.
See who their other corners are. Quantez Stiggers.
I think he's the first ever player to be drafted out of the CFL.
No kidding.
Yeah, he was a Toronto Argonaut. He was really good. He was actually pretty good for the Argos.
Brandon Eccles.
Eccles is good. I've
Jared
heard
Bernard Converse.
That is a name.
He's a 6th round pick from last year.
All right. That's a guy you could probably target. No disrespect. Like I don't know a whole lot about him. For what it's worth, he's a 6th.
God, they have Javon Kinlaw too. As Ryan disappears for the moment. We will keep on going. Oh no, fuck.
Well, years ago we talked to Tom Moore, then at Indianapolis, the offensive coordinator. You got a busted play here, and then Sanchez gets hit. The ball is loose, and it's alive.
I have never seen this before in my life. Watch this. Vince Wilfork is going to throw Brandon Moore back into his quarterback. He's going to fumble the football. This is what Reggie White used to do to people, forklift them and just lift them off the ground. Mark Sanchez not expecting it, and it was the backside of Brandon Moore that knocked the ball out.
The power of magic video editing. Nothing happened whatsoever. Yeah. Ignore what maybe has occurred. Maybe I'll find something funny and I'll leave it. A little bit of technical difficulties, but Ryan, you were saying something about this CFL corner and
put Jalen Reagor. I was gonna say put Jalen Reagor low lights. They're like the butt fumble over here. I don't know.
Yeah.
We butt fumbled it. Anyway, as I was saying, the Jets can be had. They're hurt. You know, they lost Mosley. They might not have Mosley. They might not have Reed. They might not have Carter. Their offensive line's not very good. Breece Hall's amazing. He might be a problem without Juwan Bentley. Gonzo versus Garrett Wilson should be must-watch TV. And get pressure on Aaron Rodgers. Those are your keys to the game. And run the fucking football. If you run the football against the Jets, you'll have a chance. There. We good? Right. I think we covered it.
Yeah.
I think we covered everything with the Jets.
Yes, everything's good. Everything's good. NFL stories. Let's go down this list here. The 49ers are absolutely devastated by injuries.
Them and the Rams.
CMC's thrown on IR. Deebo Samuel's dealing with a hamstring. It is Brandon Ayuk and George Kittle are the last Avengers for Brock Purdy over there. What do you make of this 49ers situation? And do we have a chance against them next week in San Francisco with all these injuries?
Listen, did you see? I saw it on Twitter, you know, like the crocodile meme or whatever, or it's like the crocodile having all sorts of mishaps. Someone's like, that's Brock Purdy when he doesn't have when he has 4 All-Pros instead of 5 All-Pros. Listen, they're still way better than us, so probably not. But I mean, shit.
We might
thought
make
the
it look
Bengals.
respectable.
Yeah. I mean, the last time Shanahan played New England, man,
Jimmy G spanked us up and down the field.
that was bad. Brandon Ayuk fucking took us out to slaughter. Granted, we didn't have a
That was
Gonzo at some point, but we had
Julian
Gilmore.
Edelman's last game as a Patriot, I believe.
Yeah, I
we
guess
shut
it
him down
was.
after
Huh?
that.
Awesome. He went out with a whimper to his hometown team. Ain't that something?
Yeah. Is your Wi-Fi on?
Anyway, it is. Yeah, have to turn it off again.
Turn that off. Tanks your video quality. People can't see that handsome Canadian face that we all know and love.
I know, quite red, but I'm beautiful.
Bryce Young is benched for the Red Rifle Andy Dalton. Is he cooked?
Zoe might have been right.
It's awful. He looked bad.
But okay, you know what? He didn't have a fucking chance coming into the league. And I'll have to pull up the exact numbers. But when they left the Carolina Panthers, Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold are currently posting a combined, I think it's 41-10 touchdown to interception ratio. With the Panthers, they're like 22-19 or something like that. Like 19.
Baker Mayfield and Sam Darnold since leaving the Panthers. 46 touchdowns, 14 picks.
Sheesh. Yeah.
Pretty solid.
That organization is fucking poison. Like, under Tepper, they are poison. And I was really high on the Dave Canales hire. But
I think I saw like 31-70 since he bought the team.
Yeah. They're poison. I know a lot of people are dunking on Bryce Young, and his play, there is a lot of deserved criticism. He has not looked good. He also didn't have a chance from the second he stepped in the league, man. I would love to see him go to like a team like the Rams, like that needs a future quarterback, because Stafford's getting up there in age.
They have Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, shut up.
Oh, but so you can go when Tom Brady comes in, but I say
Tom Brady deserves it.
But I say one thing about Jimmy G, and we lose our minds.
Enough of this Jimmy Garoppolo bullshit. No,
what impression was that?
I don't even fucking know, dude. This is what happens with Jimmy Garoppolo. He breaks my brain because he's so dog shit at football now.
2 Super Bowl rings. It's more than Aaron Rodgers. It's more than Drew Brees. Just throwing it out there. He has the second. He has the second most Super Bowl rings of any active.
I find you got me. He's got rings. They were won by Tom Brady.
They're rings. How many does Drew Brees have? Just one? Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, him and Jimmy Garoppolo have the same amount of MVPs, I guess.
It's true. It is very true.
It is true. Okay.
Jimmy G might have more trips to the NFC Championship game. He might. That
might actually be true too. Anyway, with that being said, I would love to see Bryce Young under Sean McVay in the quarterback rehabilitation type of, thing they got going on there. They say Baker Mayfield from the hellhole that is Carolina. Now he's actually pretty good now. Baker's back to number 1 pick Baker, man.
He's a top 13 quarterback in the league. He's still not number 1 pick worthy, but he's top 13.
He's good. He's good now, is the point. Like, dude, that organization, man, is like, there needs to be a deep dive on how David Tepper has just sandbagged this organization too.
The Urinating Tree video is coming out anytime now.
Yeah, I think he already made one like last year, and it's probably outdated at this point.
Yeah, he's got to update it a little more.
Yeah, bad. Panthers are bad. It's why like they're my lock of the week. Like anytime you play the Carolina Panthers, I'm just gonna lock it. I'm not wasting my time. I'll probably lose a couple because Dalton might sneak a win or two, maybe Bryce Young comes in and sneaks a win. I don't know. But, like, they're shit. They're
Going
just
from
shit.
one failed Panthers experiment to the other. Let's go to Sam Darnold and his revenge tour.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Big win against the 49ers last week.
Dude, that touchdown pass to Justin Jefferson was the best ball I've ever seen him throw.
Including
Like,
USC.
Including USC, dude. That was majestic. Like,
I don't
stood
think
up
I've
in the
seen the play.
pocket from his, like, basically his own end zone, threw it to, like, what? He threw the ball, like, what, 55? Something, like, 55, 60 yards in the air. Something like that. On a fucking dot to Jettas. And that just majestic. That was, someone said it best. Like, that looked like, what, like, Dante Culpepper and Randy Moss used to do back in the day. Like, all right, fucking
Sam
Randy's down there.
Darnold. Let's see.
Dude, watch that throw. He steps up in the pocket.
The 97-yarder,
in
the end zone.
Commands the pocket perfectly and just throws a rainbow.
Yeah,
like,
and then Jettis does the rest. Yeah,
that's like I said. That's like someone said it best. It's Dante Culpepper to Randy Moss all over again. Like, dude, that was sick. And he played a great game.
I'm here for the Sam Darnold redemption arc.
I am too.
But
Listen,
he's got to go somewhere that's like not the Raiders after this. Like, don't go to the Raiders.
I know. Fucking Sam Darnold to the Rams.
Sam Darnold to. Oh God,
there's a nightmare one. I don't want to say it.
The Dolphins.
The Dolphins.
I don't think Tua is retiring. I think he's gonna keep playing, as wild as it is, and we'll get to it.
Okay. And you know what? Can we segue to Tua?
I guess I set it up perfectly. Tua Tagovailoa sent to IR today after the devastating concussion he had. The two most fragile things in the NFL collided on Thursday night. Damar Hamlin's chest to his head.
It was a little ironic, wasn't it? I will have a serious thing to say about Tua. Just sparing any of the jokes aside about like the head issues and whatever the fuck that you could have. Like, I do legitimately believe he should retire.
Listen, what he should do and what he will do is absolutely.
Oh, he's gonna keep playing because he's, this is his life. But someone like, I look at like a Jordan Reed, for example, that had like 1 billion concussions in his career. Like he played longer than he really should have. Needs to sit him down. Like needs to like get a hold of him and say, it's not worth it. It's just not. Like your 40s and 50s aren't worth it. You made your money. You're gonna, you can go into coaching after this and still make a lot of money. And you know what? I would imagine like insurance
might cover some of the contracts. SEC the roundtable shows for.
Yeah, you could go on TV and make a lot of money.
Brady's making more money than he ever did as a player.
You're not gonna have safeties, linebackers, and defensive linemen try to rip your head off. You have 4 concussions in 2 years. And that's, I don't know his history in high school. I know in college he got his hip completely like destroyed. At what point is it worth it?
To him, it's to a different.
Dude, your own head coach is saying, like, your own head coach is like he'll never truly say it publicly, but like we all know
it surely seems that way that he's leaning towards, hey, dude, take care of yourself here.
Yeah, like, dude, your CTE is not like this isn't worth it, man. Because you're gonna have it. The amount of brain trauma
McDaniel's handling this like absolute gem, by the way.
Yeah, Mike McDaniel's. I have criticisms of like the style of football he'll play, like in terms of like obviously the finesse, whatever. But in terms of how he operates in the room and stuff, you can tell why the guy's a good worker. Yeah, he's a gem, total gem of a guy.
My favorite coach in the NFL, personally.
He's definitely up there. Like I like him. Like it's hard pressed for me to say nice things about divisional rivals. I like him.
Oh, I have no problem saying nice things about Matt McDaniel. You'll be hard pressed to find me say a good thing about Sean McDermott and Robert Saleh. Not only because they play for the other side, but they're also just really bad coaches, I think.
Well, hey, listen. If Sean McDermott gives you a motivational speech about team cohesiveness, maybe have a little bit of pushback.
Yeah.
I
But-
cannot. I cannot believe that an actual NFL head coach tried to use that as a motivational tactic.
2023 was a wild time.
Like, holy shit, dude. That's fucking insane, man. That's genuinely one of the most insane things ever. Anyway.
But the Patriots will meet Skylar Thompson instead of Tua Tagovailoa. They're catching a lot of
Tyler
breaks.
Huntley.
It could be Tyler Huntley.
I like Tyler Huntley a lot.
But I think it's gonna be Skylar Thompson.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna get the job. But we'll see what happens with Tua. I imagine he'll come back. Hopefully he's wearing that Guardian cap, like anything to help.
Yeah, get the bare minimum you're playing. And you know what? Truth be told, if you've had like at least one or more concussions in your playing career, it should be mandated you wear a Guardian cap.
Well, I think they gotta prove that it actually works in the game first before they mandate.
But you know what I mean? Like, if you have something that is the preventative tool for head injuries, you should, put it on.
Want to talk about Malik Willis beating the Colts?
Matt LaFleur is so fucking good at coaching. He is so good. Because let's be real here, like when I think both you and I heard Malik Willis is going to be a quarterback,
dude, I literally penned in Willis.
Yeah,
out, done.
If the Packers win the division with having to start Malik Willis for a good amount of games, just hand LaFleur to Coach of the Year. He's so good, man. He's one of the best. Like, he's top 3 in the NFL in my opinion right now in terms of coaches. So fucking good.
All right, I'm gonna be a little instigating here. Should the Patriots have taken Marvin Harrison Jr. as he popped off for 2 touchdowns as the Cardinals stomped the Rams?
No. They should have took the Altima instead because Joe Alt's like an elite right tackle. He's so good too. That's another guy where I'm like, holy shit. Yeah.
But the Cardinals, they might be a legit team this year.
Like I said, my biggest concern of the Cardinals is their defense is not that good.
But they have a defensive coach.
What was that?
They have a defensive coach, Jonathan Gannon.
Is it buffering? Hold on. It was buffering again. What'd you say?
Jonathan Gannon is their head coach.
I know, but like from what I've heard, their pass rush is abysmal. And I mean, he did be
buffering. You didn't have my good microphone, son of a bitch. If we gone through this whole show and it wasn't my good microphone, I'm going to lose it. And right. Okay. Never mind. Let's power through.
All right, let's power through this.
The Ravens
I still think the Cardinals beat fun bad.
The Ravens are 0-2.
Yeah, their schedule's a gauntlet.
Lost to the Raiders.
Yeah.
Ugh.
You lost to one of your few freebies in the schedule.
Are the Saints legit?
Honestly, I was really low on them.
Me too.
Clint Kubiak.
You were much lower on them than I was. I think I had them as a fringe playoff team. They might.
I had them as
run away
in
with
the
that
playoffs.
division.
I think
They might run away with that division.
Clint Kubiak is him.
Let's see what happens when they don't play the Panthers or early season Dallas. They're always good to give up a game to a really bad team, like they did to the Cardinals last year. But Derek Carr looks like 2016 Derek Carr in that Clint Kubiak offense.
Rashid Shaheed is nasty.
Oh, big play threat.
And Kamara looks like vintage again. He's not stomping dudes out in an elevator.
Imagine we hired him instead of Van Pelt.
Yeah.
And Saints fans went into this season thinking their offensive line was going to be atrocious.
Dude, Fuaga, they'll never give like a rookie of the year to an offensive lineman.
But you think their line's actually pretty good?
I think they have 3 really good linemen and then 2 duds.
Well,
but they got Fuaga, Eric McCoy, and Cesar Ruiz. I think all 3 of them are pretty good. Fuaga, though, like, man, that guy. If we talk about like rookie of the year in terms of like just best players in general in their rookie class, like he has to be up there, man. He is a stud. Good home run draft pick for the Saints right there. They needed that, and that's what a good tackle can do for your offense, by the way. So, Patriots fans, there's probably gonna be a few that'll bitch. Why didn't we get the best receiver available in the draft? No, you need a tackle. Go get Will Campbell or Kelvin Banks or something, man, and be thankful.
I agree. All right, Ryan, you ready to do some picks?
I am.
Last week you beat me. You crushed me by 3 games. It wasn't good. It wasn't a good day for me. I had 5. You had 8. The difference makers were picking Buffalo over Miami, Washington over the Giants, which I just kind of had a hunch. I had that whole rivalry. The Giants have kind of had their number. Then it was death. It was death by field goals.
They won so ugly, man.
21-18, and it was all field goals. And then you picked Pittsburgh over Denver. I don't know. I didn't think Denver was going to be this atrocious. I thought Bo Nix had a little more something to him. Bo Nix might be Jover for him already.
Bo Nix, go learn how to
might be done for him already. And then our record against the spread. You are 1 game better than I am. You are 14-16-2. I am 13-17-2. So it's week 3. It's a new week. Let's kick it off. We're gonna save Thursday night for last. We're gonna start off with the New York Giants heading to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Cleveland is a 6-point favorite. Where are you going with this one, and why?
Is it possible for 2 teams to tie in Big 2024?
If you're LCO and you want to pick a tie, go for it. But
I won't. But like, I'm gonna say this right now. I think the Cleveland Browns win. I think the New York Giants take the spread.
Do you think they're within the score?
Yeah, that's 2 fugly teams, man.
I mean, the Browns are coming off a win against the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Oh, the Jaguars are another team. There needs to be a red flag in them. Very
bad.
As red as my face, man. Red flag them.
I'm taking Cleveland both ways. I don't see it with this Giants team on any level. If you can't beat Washington, who can you beat? And I get Washington's the favorites for the division right now. I think I saw. Like,
that's not gonna last. But...
No. Maybe it was just that they were the leaders of the division, and I made that mistake. But up next, the Bears travel to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. The Colts are just a 1-point favorite. I'm taking Indy both ways. Kaleb Williams has got to show me something before I pick him.
I'm with you on that. With that being said, I just talked about how bad the Bears' interior O-line is. They're getting a big, they're getting a very big break because DeForest Buckner is put on IR.
Out, isn't he?
He got put on IR.
Yikes! Okay, that's wrong. I was wrong. All right. I still think the Colts win though.
Oh, I do too. But there could be a chance for Kaleb to get redemption here. I'm going to give it another week. I'm going to play safe and take Indy.
This is tough. The Texans, very good football team. The Minnesota Vikings, also a very good football team. It's in Minnesota. The Texans are 2.5-point favorites, which really means that in a neutral fight, they think that Houston's better by 4. I'll let you pick first.
As much as I want the Sam Darnold train to continue, I do think that Houston will take this. I think, Minnesota, as good as they've been offensively and defensively, this is a big challenge, man. Like, I know
If
Flores.
they win this, they should be favorites for the NFC North.
Yeah, if they win this, like, Minnesota fans should be through the roof, because that's like now like 3 weeks in a row where you're just, I mean, the Giants one was an expected win, or at least to me an expected win. But if you beat San Francisco and Houston back-to-back weeks, that's really fucking impressive. So yeah,
in my heart of hearts, I want to pick Minnesota. I do. I really, really, really do. But I think I do agree with you. Houston is the safer bet at 2.5 points as well. There's no point in taking Minnesota to be within 2 points. I'll take Houston both ways as well.
Two of my guys going at it. Wish the best for both Sam Darnold and CJ Stroud. But
Philadelphia at New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans. I don't see it with the Eagles right now. They need to get it together.
That collapse was fugly, man. That should not have happened. And I'm gonna be real. If they slide any further, they should fire Sirianni. He's
for Belichick immediately.
Yeah, Belichick or like Fangio or whoever. Like, Sirianni ain't it. I'm sorry, he ain't. That was bad. So yeah, I cannot believe I'm saying this. I'm going with the Saints.
Who dat? Ew.
Yeah. That one's for you, Drew. Sorry, that's one of my close buddies. He's a big Saints fan.
Anyway, I thought you were talking about Drew Brees. I'm like, no, it wasn't.
No. That's for my boy from high school. Big Saints fan. So.
Up next, the Chargers travel to Pittsburgh to take on the Steelers in what's going to be the ugliest football game of the week. The Pittsburgh Steelers are 1.5 point favorites. I'm taking LAC.
I'm taking the Chargers too.
And this is the first time that I'm like betting that like this isn't the first time. That's like I haven't picked the Steelers at all this season. I don't think. At some point, the chicken's got to come home to roost that Justin Fields isn't a very good quarterback. And Jim Harbaugh,
Jim, yeah.
Wait, who's the Chargers one? Is it Jim?
Jim is Chargers. John is Ravens.
Jim Harbaugh's a very good coach. He'll lock Justin Fields down. He'll lock him down pretty good.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a fugly win, but I think it's Chargers going to take it.
Up next, the Broncos are heading to Tampa, where the Buccaneers are 7-point favorites. I'm taking Tampa both ways. You?
I am as well. Bo
Nix, seven points is a lot of points, but it's the Broncos.
Can Bo Nix even score 7 fucking points?
We have a revenge game on the table here, Ryan.
Ooh.
Malik Willis is heading back to Tennessee to take on the Titans, and the Titans are 3-point favorites. I'm taking Green Bay both ways.
I am too. Yeah, dude, Malik Willis somehow looks competent again, and it's because of Matt LaFleur. Just an absolute gem of a coach, man. Give me the pack.
I don't know how this line is any bigger, or how this line isn't any bigger. If the Panthers are traveling to the Raiders, what do you think this line is?
8.5 for the Raiders.
5.5 for the Raiders.
Okay.
It's too small.
This is just a game where, like, both of these fan bases, I know Raiders fans are passionate psychos. Panthers fans just find something better. You go hit up Cookout or Bojangles or something instead of this game. Not worth it. Give me the Raiders both ways.
Yeah, the Panthers fans are looking for a toaster bath right now.
I'm sorry, MVT. I'm sorry, Jadarius and Darian. I love you guys. My old Panthers buddies, I love you guys, but it's bad for you guys.
Seattle is 4.5 point favorites at home when they take on Skylar Thompson and the Miami Dolphins. Seattle both ways.
Yeah. It would have been a fun game if, Tua was playing, but more fun, I should say, but yeah.
Up next, the Detroit Lions traveled southwest to take on Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., and the Arizona Cardinals. The Lions are 2.5 point favorites.
Give me the Lions.
I'll let you blinds both ways.
Yeah. I think
Why?
I think it's gonna be a fun game though. It'll be a really fun game. I don't know. The Cardinals are gonna lose a lot of shootouts, unfortunately for them.
Detroit's gotta feel a type of way about losing to Tampa last week.
Oh, they're eating nails for breakfast.
You're baiting me into taking Arizona here just because I can't stand that mantra. I can't stand this immature childish.
Are you
team.
boycotting Applebee's?
Why would I be boycotting Applebee's?
You know, see the Dan Campbell ad?
No. Oh, okay.
I'll
Yeah,
be
I did
out.
see that. I did see
I'll be
that. Was
out.
stupid. That was stupid.
And they got 50-cent boneless wings though.
They do, and they have dollar margaritas, or at least they used to.
Man, I wish Applebee's is closer to my house.
How close is your nearest Applebee's?
It's like 25 minutes away on a good day.
Yikes.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take Detroit both ways. I don't want to, but I will.
Yeah.
Something's got to give in this matchup. The Baltimore Ravens are traveling to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. The Ravens are 1-point favorites.
Give me the Ravens.
I'll take the Ravens. There's no way that this skid goes any longer.
The Ravens always kind of do this though, where they'll give you like a little bit of a cause to panic at some point in the season, and then they'll just lock in. They're
There's
regular
no
season
way
quarter.
they're starting 0-3, right?
If they do, then like there will be some dialogues to be had about John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson.
Up next, the injured 49ers are traveling to LA to take on the injured Rams. San Francisco is still 7-point favorites. I'm taking the Niners to win, but I'll take the Rams on the points.
The winner is whatever insurance company that the hospital has.
You're thinking there's going to be a couple more injuries down the road here?
Fuck. That's bad. It's really bad, man. With that being said, give me the 49ers. I would have taken the Rams if Cooper Kupp didn't get hurt. That's brutal, man.
Is Kupp hurt long term? I didn't see that.
He's getting put on IR.
No way.
Yeah, I guess he high ankled it.
Oh, brother.
Yeah. Both Kupp and Puka are on IR.
Okay, I revoked my Rams the cover pick. That's bad.
Yeah. Looks like Matt Stafford's wide receiver one is now Demarcus Robinson,
who is owned by the Townsend Titans. Feel pretty good about that. Feel pretty good.
My opponent in my money league has him. So fuck
we
Demarcus
played this week
Robinson.
in redraft.
Oh, did we really?
Yeah.
Well, I beat your ass I beat your ass in Dynasty.
Yeah, it's still not the 100-point blowout we had last year, but what are you gonna do?
Well, a win's a win for me.
Up next, the Chiefs take on the Monday Night Football winner, Kirk Cousins and the Falcons. They're heading to Atlanta. The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. KC both ways, but this does feel like the game early in the year that the Chiefs they start smelling their own armpits and think that they already got it locked. This feels like that kind of game. Remember Indy last year or 2 years ago?
Yeah. You know what?
It feels like that kind of game, but I'll still take Kansas City.
Fortune sometimes favors the bold.
You're taking Atlanta?
I'm going Atlanta both ways.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Duh. Did you ever bet before?
I don't gamble. I lose my listen, I like my money enough to not gamble it away.
Dude, listen, neither of us are doing so hot in this.
Yeah, that's why I don't gamble.
Up next, the Jaguars are heading to Buffalo. Take on the Bills. They're 5.5-point favorites.
That should be higher. Buffalo all day.
You're taking Buffalo both ways?
I hate to say it, yeah. Buffalo's gonna fucking crush them.
I'll take Buffalo to win. I'll take the 5.5 with Jacksonville.
Okay.
I think they can keep it within a score.
Here's my thing.
Okay.
And I was listening, and this was I was listening to a football podcast before we came on the show.
You're gonna shout them out,
Who like football? They have a big enough audience.
dude. I listened to it. I listened to that at work last week. They were just so. I was bored.
Okay, I mean,
It wasn't. There wasn't enough. Kind of like the X's and O's stuff. It doesn't really grab my interest as much as it might another guy.
That's
Like
fair.
I am so into like the drama of it all, and like, oh my god, Cooper Kupp is hurt. How are the Rams going to survive? The long
I think you
term
can play into
of
both. I'm more X's and O's personally, but I also that's how I look at the game. With that being said, the Cleveland Browns were sustaining multiple drives of like 10 or more plays against the Jaguars defense. Like they could not get off the field.
Josh
That's
Allen's
bad.
going to kill him with that. Yeah.
That's bad.
But the Bills defense isn't so hot either.
Yeah, now there's the Jags offense.
The Jags offense, I think, has the capability to be.
That's
They
the
just
problem, right?
They need
And
to
like
get it
I
together.
revoked last week. I rewatched it. They were not good. I don't know what I was saying. It's because I thought Trevor Lawrence threw that dime to I think it was Brian Thomas, and I was like, holy shit.
No, the pieces are all there. They just need to put it together. And I think the Bills defense, the Browns defense is very good, for one.
Yeah, they're like a Lamborghini with like a flat tire, like 4 flat tires, and the flat tires are
the
just
Browns
the
defense is very good. Who they play week 1? The Jags.
Dolphins.
The Dolphins defense is solid. I can see why they have offensively struggled. I think the Bills they have an opportunity to like their defense isn't very good. I think the Jaguars can maybe find something there and like build. I think the Bills still win, but I think it could be close. I think this could be kind of like the aha moment for Jacksonville. But
listen, I would love to be with you on that.
3.
I really would. I just think like they're gonna get time of possession, and Buffalo will just run away with it. They're not gonna be on the field enough because their defense can't get off it. So,
and that was the first of 2 Monday Night Football games. The next one is Washington. Jaden Daniels heading to Cincy to take on the Bengals. The Bengals are 7.5.
That'll be LSU Heisman winners. That
True.
Be fun.
That's probably why they booked it. I'm taking Cincy both ways. The Commanders are not a good football team. The Bengals are dying for a win. I don't think this is going to be close.
I'm with you on that. I think Cincy, especially after, I was at their first home game of the year. It didn't go well for them.
No.
Some sources are saying. Yeah.
And we're a better team than Washington.
Yeah. I think Cincy clears it. Now we got one last game. What game is that, Caleb? What game do we have?
What game do we have left?
Yeah. What game? Come on.
Yeah, we got 15 out of 16 here. Here it is, right here in my notes. The first game of the week, the New England Patriots, they travel to the Meadowlands, MetLife Stadium, to take on the New York Football Jets. What do you think the line is on this one?
I'm going to say Jets 5.5.
Close. Jets 6.5. And I'm going to kick this one off. The Patriots are winning this game.
Okay.
The Patriots are winning this game. We are not Titans bad. We've hung in every single game we played this year. Losing Juwan Bentley sucks. I get it. But our linebacker depth could be something. I like Jelani Tavai. I like Raekwon McMillan. Taki is still on PUP, so we got to wait a couple weeks for that. Kyle Duggar, I have faith that he's going to be better at communicating with defense when he has a full practice sessions in, and half because it's a Thursday night game. The Jets have been uninspiring. Aaron Rodgers' arm is still 100% there, but the footwork is very. He's a statue back there. He can't move like he used to. Keon White is going to maul the interior line of the Jets. And then it's Gonzo versus Garrett Wilson. I like our chances here. I think New England can win this game, and I'm picking them to do it.
All right. You're a little more optimistic than me. I have the Jets winning, but I have the Patriots.
Didn't you accuse me of being the negative Nancy of the show? You said that you were a natural optimist.
Okay, listen, I have us covering though.
Oh, so look at you with your half measure.
Okay, here's the problem: you lose Juwan Bentley, your best run stopper. You're going against arguably the best running back in football right now.
Yeah, because CMC's not playing.
Yeah.
Breece Hall is very good football player, Breece Hall.
That's going to be a concern I have. And I do not trust our D-line outside of Keon White to make stops. I believe it's going to come down to who has the better running back. Because, like I said, the Jets' run defense can't stop shit. Unfortunately, as much as I love Ramondre Stevenson, Breece Hall's better. I have the Patriots covering. I think it's going to be a bit of a fugly football game. It's going to be like a 1990s, 2000s throwback game. Very fugly, low scoring, offenses be damned type of football. But the New York Jets will have more time of possession, I think, and that will win them the football game.
What do you think the over-under is for this game?
I'm going to say 38.5.
Wow, nailed it.
Holy shit, did I really?
Nailed it. This is on PFF. It's not DraftKings, but...
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they have it being kind of a, bit fugly.
30.5. That's a little high. It's higher than I thought it would be. I was looking for something here. I opened the Patriots tab for a reason. I just can't remember. Oh, I wanted to see the Patriots run stopping stats. Because I wanted to see how Javon Godchow is at stopping the run. Because I think
they haven't played.
That's a guy that's got to step up.
They haven't really played any solid running games right now. Like, I like Charbonnet, but Charbonnet is not Breece.
Yeah, but I guess we missed out on a solid test against K9.
Yeah.
But against the Bengals, it was 76.1
for a run good.
Solid.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah,
final score?
I have the Patriots covering. I think the Jets will put up 17 points. Actually, yeah, I have it being 17-14.
I'm going 16-10.
All right.
Patriots. I think it's going to be a slog, but the Patriots, I think they're just well built for a rock fight. And the Jets, they got away with one last week. They lost to a really good Niners team before the injuries came. I think they're sleeping on us. I think they're going to be riding hot from beating us last year. They got Aaron Rodgers. The curse is over. Like, they're going to be sitting back. They're like, oh, it's just the Patriots. Like, they got nothing for us. And then our defense is just as good as theirs, if not better. And our offense sneaks up on them. I think Patriots win 16-10.
Let's hope that's the outcome.
Yeah, let's hope.
You're the optimist now.
Yeah. And then when we come back next week, I'm gonna be like, this blows. We lose like fucking 24
sucks, Mike. Ryan, this team sucks.
No. I play the Felger rule. Kiss the underside of my ass. That 4th down call. What a joke.
Caleb, I don't think Jacoby Brissett could do it. Caleb, they need to put in Drake May.
They had the guy, Mike.
I would rather see Joe Milton.
No, neither of us would want to see Joe Milton. Yeah, so on the year, straight up for our picks, you are beating me 18-16. Against the spread, you're beating me by 1, 14-13, with 2 ties because because of the push. When it's not a half number and it ends like exactly at Bears -6, it's a push. So
Right.
Yeah, that's our show for week 3 against the Jets. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow the show, follow the page. Yeah, we will see you all for the recap on next week. Go Patriots, beat the Jets.
Fuck the Jets, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good way to end it.
Yes, sir.
Hit the outro.
Thanks for tuning in to this edition of the Foxboro BeatCast. Make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Instagram.